up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Inside Service. We are on episode 7. Lucky 7. I have a special guest with me. Tell everybody who you are.
I am Geraldine Figueroa. I am the service manager here at Maliki. I've been here for 8 years.
We're rolling into episode 7. We're talking about what's going on behind the doors of a service company. It's super important. And one of those hot topics, I think, is, we're focused on, one of our main focuses anyway, is national chain accounts.
Yes.
And Inside Service, as we talk about this in this episode, we should shout out some of those chain accounts. I want to shout out Quick Check, Coffee,
Awesome.
Hot, fresh.
Just spoke to them.
Yes, I get Quick Check coffee every week. We have Chipotle.
Good food. Awesome.
Good food, great people.
Great people.
Shout out to our team over at Chipotle that we get to work with every day. Qdoba,
my friends.
So I know you have friends over there. You want to give them a shout out?
Tia, Diane, Laura, Rebecca. They text me.
When customers become friends.
Yes.
The Care Factor, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, is this Take Fed Nation or Care Factor?
Maliki Cares.
Okay, sometimes I forget my hats. All right, so we have that. And then, of course, we have the Shake Shack.
Love Shake Shack.
Fast food burger. What's your favorite fast food burger? Let us know. And the Habit Burger, who we got to build a relationship with through the pandemic.
Jorge.
Shout out to Jorge. Putting your trust in us. We appreciate it. We value these relationships. So what we're talking about with these national chains is they use software management a company. And one of those companies is Service Channel, who we are, I consider them a partner as well. Shout out to Service Channel and the team over there. And also Corrigo, right? So
yeah, Corrigo.
We've probably used Service Channel at this point a lot more. And going to be doing so more, I think, with some of these accounts. But let's talk a little bit about the time and effort that goes into these things.
Yeah, just a lot of time because it's double entry. We have to create our invoice, and then we have to put our invoice into the Service Channel portal and make sure everything lines up. So if you do a quote in your system, now you have to do a quote in Service Channel, get it approved, and go from there.
Yes.
Also updating the notes. So you have to update your system notes and you have to update Service Channel notes. And it could be confusing because, you think you did it on both portals and you probably did it on one. And then you're pulling your hair.
Well, because things happen. Because time can get away from us. Because the phone is ringing, the emails are coming in. There's a lot of different things that are all occurring at the same time. So there's such a, I think with the chain accounts, communication is probably the most important thing.
Yes.
And she can attest to it. Weekends, nights, early mornings, mid-afternoons, there's constantly correspondence happening. Managers want to know what's going on. Area managers, district managers, everyone needs to be in the loop. So it could get very, very tedious and time-consuming. So that's one of the things we deal with here, and these are things that are taking time, So right now, what else do you have off the top of your head? I'm putting you on the spot, but off the top of your head, what do you got going on right now? You were mentioning paperwork.
I have tons of paperwork.
What does that mean?
Meaning I have to make sure I go through the work orders, make sure it's fully complete, make sure everything is quoted, everything is billed, parts are ordered, and it's ready to go to my girl to either bill out or go to my parts manager. Shout out to John.
There you go. So let's go back to the work order. So for people that are watching, they're like, what is a work order? So what is a work order?
Work order is the actual service call. So every call gets attached to a work order so we could track it.
And those work orders get sent to the technician. The technician has his tablet. He's opening up those work orders on a daily basis, whether it's 3, 4, 5, 6 calls a day. And they're communicating through these work orders.
Yes, they're attaching photos, videos, all their notes, everything they see. So we could see what they see.
Yes, and that leads me into just a quick shout out to XOI Technology, who we're going to be actually in about a half hour.
Yeah.
We have to go on and do a demo to see what's going to be involved and what we have to do. We're going to be implementing XOI Technology into our software so we can become even more transparent to the customer. But aside from that, again, back to the work order, when these guys are sending all this stuff, it's so important to have all this information because, like you said, now she's getting back to paperwork after these technicians send back their notes and maybe there's part numbers in there that we need to quote or order. So, from the service desk standpoint, How important is it to get these quotes out and parts ordered?
Quick, because we want to get to the job quick, get this going, get them rolling. Can't hold them up.
Urgency.
Can't hold them up.
Urgency.
It's very important. The faster we get it, the faster we get the unit up and running.
Yeah.
That's the goal every day.
Yeah. So, what else? Now, listen. There's a million things always happening inside the service company. Now, the pandemic, I will say, has probably slowed things down a little bit from all angles, which has really given us a time to kind of roll up our sleeves and fix things up around the place. Parts inventory. Talk about parts inventory. I mean, you're dealing with this stuff all day with guys on the road. Do you have this? Do you have that? Talk about parts inventory, how important it is, and what we got going on here to alleviate some of the stress.
Parts inventory is so important as far as so we could do a first time fix. We're working so hard to get that going. We're revamping the warehouse. John is doing a great job with that. We're taking the slow time now to fix that because we want to go in, go out all in one day. Unfortunately, we have vans. We don't have tractors. We wish, so we could carry. We carry the most common. We're breaking down our chain accounts, so
yes,
we could have it on the van and also here. We could, if the guy doesn't have it, we have it here. We could run it. So, or the next guy next to the, could be a technician that could be 15 minutes down the road. Hey, so and so has it. Go grab it from them. So it's all in-house communication. I want to say
it is. We
just want to break it down, bundle it up, tighten it up, so we could just get this going. We don't want to keep a person down 2 or 3 days. It's worse to tell a customer, hey, we don't have the part, we got to order it. It really bothers us when we have to tell a customer that.
Yes.
Because, the goal, like I said, the goal is to get them going, and to have somebody down with a fryer or a fridge or walking it especially. It's tough. It's tough because I know it's hurting their business also.
It is. And at the end of the day, when you look at it, their business is our business.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If they're successful, we're successful.
Their customers are customers.
That's what the whole partnership is all about.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you call here, understand that we understand.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, and talking about turnaround time. So, when you don't have the part, we're putting in a system here, and I think it's high expectations, 3-day turnaround time or less. We should never have your stuff down for more than 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if we call us on a Monday, by Thursday morning, we should be back and it should be done.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we could also do things faster. There's expedited things and of that nature, but sometimes the manufacturer doesn't have the part.
Yes.
And sometimes it makes us look bad. Let's talk a little bit about that. We're here to help. Remember that, number one. What happens when they don't have the part and we communicate? I mean, we're communicating. Sometimes we can't get EDTA. I've seen a little bit more now with COVID because I know a lot of the warehouses and whatnot have been shut down, limited people. So that's taking a strain. And it's sometimes, how do you explain to a customer, the vendor doesn't got it? They don't understand. They don't understand. They don't get it. And there's been times where they call up and say, hey, listen, this is your equipment. It's your oven.
Then you have to explain,
no,
we don't make it, we just service it.
We're not the manufacturer, so sometimes there's so many things that get lost in the sauce, as I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the manufacturer. We probably didn't sell it to you. Oftentimes we didn't even install it.
No.
And we just come in out of the blue to be the superheroes and save the day. But these are things that we deal with. People I think it's misperceptions. That's why it's important to put out video content and try to blast it out to your customers as much as possible. Put it out into the world so we can start breaking down these perceptions and come back into reality. Mm-hmm. But what else, Jer? Let's take this episode down with something strong. You got anything on your mind?
What I have on my mind?
Be brutally honest. Jeopardy music.
No jab, no shade, but let's educate the customer. Let's educate the customer on what they're getting. When you're selling them equipment, they are so clueless. They are clueless as far as, for example, an install. They don't know what an install is involved. They think that we're just coming in, putting the unit on the corner and plugging it. No, there's so much that has to be done. Electricity, water, gas, or it's so important. We have to educate educate these customers. They're so clueless on what they're even getting. The piece of equipment, they don't even know how to use it or what's it for or things like that. Also, the warranty behind it. They're being told that everything is covered. No, it's not. It's limited manufacturer warranty. So when they think they bought this equipment $30, $40, $50, $60,000. You got to think on it on their end too. You have to be empathetic that they did spend a lot of money, especially this time and age where things are very hard. And then when you have to turn around like, hey, it's something on your end or wasn't installed right, that we didn't install it. That's even worse. And True. It was installed wrong, and now you have to give them a bill, and they're like, no, they told me that this is covered 100%. And it's hard to have those conversations because you don't want them to lose faith in you, because you're the bad guy, because you're relaying this message to them, which could have been all prevented from the beginning when they were sold this piece of equipment. Yeah. I'm seeing that more and more every day. We're doing a lot of installations. A lot of people are buying equipment. And it's becoming more and more every day. Our no-site surveys, they're very, very, very important. It's harder when we don't do a site survey because sometimes we have to go I've seen us go back 3 times.
Oh yeah.
So and then everybody
Who pays for that?
Nobody wants to pay.
Yeah.
The customer is mad at us, like you're here again, and they had no clue what was entailed. They're like, all day, you're gonna be here all day or 4 hours. Oh, I thought this was gonna be an hour or 2. Let's educate these customers. Let's tell them, yes, you're getting a great oven or a great whatever, but this is what's going to take from your part, this is going to take from my part, and this is going to, if a service company has to come in, this is what they're going to do. That's all I ask. It avoids a lot of back and forth, a lot of like, oh, but this one and that one and the finger pointing. Nobody wants to finger point. It's just, those conversations I really hate to have.
Yes. Hey, listen, preach it. We're preaching right now. You just went off on a whole tangent of legit things that are happening right now in the industry, and I'm just going to recap it. This is not about throwing anyone under the bus. This is not about pointing fingers. This is about us as a service company seeing it in the weeds every day. Customers are being sold $1 and a dream.
Yes.
Remember we had that conversation? They're being sold a dream. And listen, site surveys, again, are important.
Right.
It's the installation process. There's no such thing as come hook this up real quick.
No.
It's
easy.
We've rolled up the site and go, oh yeah, Rich, by the way, can you take out the double stack Blodgett too while you're at it? Or the double stack Garland or whatever might have been there that we're removing because we're putting in the new Blodgett or the new Garland to replace it. Apples to apples. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no problem. But we only sent one guy because the units were already on site. They were stacked. Okay, so we're gonna roll it in. Well, now I have to deploy another 2 guys. I have to deploy another truck. Who's paying for these things? These things don't just happen. My guys aren't volunteers. Are you volunteering? No. You have bills to pay. Okay? Just like you, we're a business. Every single second counts. So understanding that the customer needs to know what they're buying. They need to know what's going to happen before the install, during the install, and after the install. And they need to know that a torn gasket is not going to be covered. A broken door handle is not going to be covered. Gas pressure is probably not going to be covered. Water damage is not going to be covered. Oh, but I just spent a lot of money. I get it. She gets it. But we're not the ones here we're not the judge and the jury.
No, we're just there to fix the problem.
We're just here to help. Again, she says sometimes we look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
When all we've done we've been dispatched to get the problem solved so you can get back to business. Because listen, we're happy that new equipment's being sold.
Yes.
We love it. That's an Inside Service episode right there. We're taking this one down. This one is for the books, ladies and gentlemen. I've never heard her talk this much consecutively in her life. It's amazing. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, share. Are you going to hit it?
Yes. I'm already subscribed. I already liked it. And I haven't even...
The video's not even out. She's liked it.
Yep.
So that's what you're going to do. We're going to see you on the next episode. Be ready for some more controversial topics right here on Inside Service.